Welcome back, Totem Pole Nation, Friday edition. We are live. Oh, yeah, guys. Gentlemen, announce yourselves.
Welcome, Totem Pole Nation. This is James Tim, muscle fitness competitor.
The low man on the totem pole, Mr. Totem Pole, Troy Vincent Taylor,
AKA Route 10 Ball Coach.
yeah, Route 10, baby. That's where you find me.
How
Same
did,
number, same hood. It's all good.
How did the Cool Clinic go?
The Cool Clinic consisted of me watching Coach McNally for 2 hours. And then about an hour and 45 minutes in, somebody asked the question, Coach, can you go over inside zone? And then after 2 hours,
what was
someone
his
else
reaction?
asked. Well, I thought he handled it very, very well. He really did. He said, that's not fair to me. He was angry. But then after 2 hours, someone asked the question, Coach, what do you mean by playing long? And that sent him over the edge.
Who posed that?
Until 2 a.m. sending messages out, tweets about playing long.
Who posed that question? We're going to bully them all over the internet today.
I don't know who it was, but there were some tweets sent out by Coach McNally. He does not understand how people do not understand about playing long.
Some people maybe just don't listen.
I want to run the wing tee. I want to throw the flipper. Can I still play long?
Yes.
And throw the flipper? He said this. He goes, do my 12,000 followers get playing wrong? Root the feet, up kick. If my followers are lost, it totally depresses me. I presented to you like you're in ninth grade.
You're a
freshman. Don't get it, you will have to repeat ninth grade. I've repeated so many times key pointers that the ninth grader above would understand it. In fact, I work with ninth graders and they do. On the Cool Clinic today, I covered playing long over and over. And I then had a question asking, how do you play long? My topic was footwork. I had one question. How do you run inside zone, power, and counter a full 2-day clinic? Am I out of line? Flabbergasted. Is it me? Man, that might be the greatest tweet of all time.
Oh, man. I think
questions. They could not be answered in such a short time period. But Coach Jim Tim, the great one. We put him on the same level as Lex Luger, Tony Robbins, even Jimmy Swaggart. Jimmy Swaggart was my dad's favorite preacher growing up. Did you ever watch Jimmy Swaggart, Jim?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of Jimmy Swaggart?
Yeah.
My dad loved some Jimmy Swaggart. I think he was first cousins with Jerry Lee, Great Balls of Fire Lewis. Jim Tim, you have a very busy schedule today. You have 3 workouts. You have to meet with the president of your fan club. What do you have to tell us?
Well, to the president of my fan club, I appreciate all your support and everything you've done. Thank you so much for sharing and voting for me and contributing to the cause. I will not disappoint you. I will keep grinding. I will keep working no matter what. I will not make the excuse. If you think I'm going to give up on this on the top 10 with those other people thinking they're doing on steroids, you got another thing coming. I'm going to keep coming with full force, everything I got.
Coach Ball, would you like to bring up the allegations, the rumors that are going around the internet?
You know, I just think this, now that you've reached that elite third level, the third phase, I think we need to do this number. And you know what that is? That's cranking it up. And let's get everybody that's above Jim Tim to squirt in a cup. Let's check the DNA. Let's see what kind of supplements these people are taking. And then we'll compare it to what our guy, our guru, our fitness expert, and we'll see the difference. You know, I think you'll see that we're not playing on a level level playing field. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Why not? You know, when you get to the top tier, that's when you need to be tested for stuff like this, I believe. You know, and I don't like how they're seeming to carry over the voting. You know, I think what we've been able to do here is come on very strong at the end and finish strong. And it's not where you start, it's how you finish. You know, that's in everything. So to make it into the top 15, you're right there in that middle area. But as you said, the day starts and you're in 10th place. So who knows how much money and drugs are behind these people that are above you. But I want to get this thing uncovered. Maybe we need to get an investigator on this.
Because I know the number one guy is from WWE. So he's from he's a former NXT athlete.
What is his name?
Matt something. I don't know his last name. You would have to look on the site.
All I know is that guy, whoever he is gonna have the wrath of the Madness, Super Destroyer X, and other people affiliated with Totem Pole Nation. Probably today or tomorrow, if Madness gets out of jail in time. Coach Bald, do you have any updates about Madness and what occurred last night? You know, there were some allegations that he was seen on the top of a skyscraper naked in downtown St. Petersburg.
Well, you know what? That's wild, because the allegations I have is that he was bear hunting in the middle of nowhere, New York. And apparently he had on more level of clothes than what the University of Miami shipped to Coach McNally. Like, he had on 18 shirts, 14 pairs of pants, 16 headbands. Yeah, man. Cowboy boots. You know, that's what I heard. I know he's just trying to keep warm up that way. Say that again.
Did he have Damien with him? The snake.
Who knows, man? That guy, he rolls with he definitely slithers with snakes. You know, he's definitely so. Who knows? Anything is possible with that guy, without a doubt.
Rumor has it that Madness was the man that killed the cocaine bear and made bear burgers out of him. All right, now look, Matt Davis, this is the level of motivator Coach Jim Tim is. The grind includes Friday. He's not on Jim Tim's level yet. But he's getting up at 3:50 a.m. Been up since 5:45 a.m. Matt Davis at the gym for my one a day. I'm working out hard. I feel like puking. That's 100. Okay, now, Matty Ice. Once you can work out 3 times a day, Jim Tim works out in his sleep. All right. He's got to wake up to take a water break.
Water break? What the heck is a water break?
Water is for the weak. Coach Jim Tim drinks his own sweat. Now, Coach Ball, you have studied the greats of all time on the football field, professional wrestling, and fitness. Who would you compare Jim Tim to?
Well, you know, I think he was the one that created the quote that you'll never drown in sweat. And I think with that philosophy there, that just tells you the kind of hard work. But I think he's somewhere in that CT Fletcher. He posted a message today, and I mean it just had me so fired up. That I just started chugging the mouthwash, thinking it was the coffee. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I did. I was
Don't
inspired.
follow.
Yeah, and then I chugged my coffee and spit it out because I thought it was mouthwash. He got me all fired up, ready to go. It's Friday, the grind includes, but yeah, man, just motivated. You know what I mean? And yeah, CT Fletcher, I command you to grow. And Jim Tim, as a coach to us and a mentor to us, he commands us to grow here at Totem Pole Nation.
Amen.
That's what it's all about.
Amen to that. When I think of Jim Tim, I think of one of the greatest of all time, and that's everybody's All-American, a Native American, Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe and Jim Tim. Jim Thorpe's coach was Pop Warner, which was Coach McNally's coach. Jim Tim, I know you have to go. I know you're busy. What would you like to say to Totem Pole Nation and your millions of fans out there that are supporting Team Tim?
Tim. Oh, I love that.
To the viewers out there for Team Tim and the millions around the world, do you smell that? Do you smell the success at the head of the table?
Ooh.
Do you want that opportunity to have a real person represent Mr. Health and Fitness, or you just want to have one of these other slackies that can't see me? Let's bring it every day. Let's bring it. Let's win this. Let's get into the top 5 this time. Let's show these other wannabes that they don't belong here. They don't belong underneath my feet. Let's bring it.
I'm getting a type of Don Corleone vibe today from Jim Tim. I think he is tired of being Mr. Nice Guy to these guys that cheat the process, who are obviously using performance enhancement drugs to try to defeat Totem Pole Nation's great one, Jim Tim. Coach Bald, you got anything else to say to Coach Jim Tim, the legend? The legend.
Hey, man, we appreciate you and your busy Friday, giving us a couple minutes of your time, man. It means everything. And yeah, man, we're inspired. Team Tim, everybody get out there, retweet it, post it, like it, follow it. He's changing lives, ladies and gentlemen.
I also want to say to the people that don't know what Coach McNally was saying about arms long, maybe they should find a way to read a book and learn the way of doing things, because I don't know how much more simple he can make things. I don't know how much more educated you have to be. Just listen to what he says. Shut your mouth and listen to what he says.
You know what? I think Coach McNally would enjoy you sending him a video today, tweeting that out.
Yeah.
He got your back. So, Jim Tim, thank you for joining us. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.
Now, it's always great to be in the presence of greatness. Who motivates Jocko Willink? Who motivates David Goggins? Who motivates Chuck Norris? It's Jim Tim. Coach Bald. Coach Bald. We got to get your Wi-Fi checked. All right, because when Coach Bald is not on Totem Pole Nation, the Life Lessons podcast, our viewership declines dramatically. All right. I can't motivate anyone, including myself. I've got to look at Jim Tim for motivation. Now, Jim Tim is a motivational expert. He has studied the greats. He's gone all the way back in time to Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Achilles, Charlemagne. Everyone pieced out on me. That is right, Joe Farrell. Joey, I would peace out on me too. All right. I don't blame him. You know, Coach Bald might be stealing Wi-Fi. All right. He might be hooked up to the neighbor's Wi-Fi. I don't know. Joe, so proud of you. Love hitting the gym. Do more cardio than weights. Have a great day. Matty Ice, the Michigan man. When I think of the University of Michigan, I think of Jim Harbaugh, Bo Schembechler, the Steiner brothers, and Matty Ice. Jim Tim, only 20% of people are up between 3:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. And you already have worked out by 5:30 a.m. You're a beast. Team Tim. When I think
You're a
Coach Bald of the University of Michigan, I think of Jim Harbaugh, Bo Schembechler, the Steiner brothers, and Matty Ice. Joey Farrell said everyone peaced out on me. Coach Bald is back. He's having some technical difficulties, but just having the great one, the greatest motivational expert in the world today, Jim Tim, come on the show. And his president of his fan club and all that she's done. You know, it's a pretty easy job to be the president of the fan club of Jim Tim. Coach Bald, don't stop believing. How did you come up with that today? Where did that inspiration come from?
Well, I posted on the picture, says, don't forget you're human. It's okay to have a meltdown. Just don't unpack and live there. Cry it out, then refocus on where you're headed.
Man.
And, the methodology of that is, you're going to have slip ups. You're going to have bumps in the road. You can't just marinate on it. You know what I mean? So you blow a tire. You don't sit there and get out all your gear and move there and just sit on the side of the road like, you just don't do that. You just keep it moving, keep going, keep pumping, keep firing through, man. Keep chopping at it. You know what I mean?
Joey Farrell, whose dad was a legendary coach at Monacan High School, at L.C. Bird High School. Does Joey Farrell remember when we sat in the stands at U of R Stadium and watched the Richmond Spiders? Now, here's a name from the past, Joey Farrell. Do you remember the one and the only? And we need to get him on the show. We need to get him involved with Totem Pole Nation. And that is Scott Bernstein.
Oh, yeah. I think he was their Mike linebacker. Yeah, that was
his dad played for the Giants.
That was a good squad there.
Years. That's what Coach Bland told us. Scott Bernstein. What a character. I mean, if they would have had YouTube and social media when he was growing up, I mean, he would have been a star.
Yeah, he was a modern day Jake Paul from Jersey. Right?
He was the Jersey Shore before the Jersey Shore. All
right.
That's
true, man.
Scott Bernstein, where are you at?
Yeah. If anybody knows or is affiliated with him, get him in contact with Totem Pole Nation. We want to know about that guy. What is he into now?
Is Scott Bernstein related to the Madness?
I don't believe so. No, I don't think so. I think Scott might be more related to maybe Al Pacino.
You know what?
I think the name Bernstein might just be a cover up name. You know what I
I
mean?
believe so.
His last name
Joey,
could be Gotti for all we know.
Joey Farrell says we are friends on Facebook. Scott Bernstein, where are you at? We have a story to tell. Right? We have some life lessons. Scott Bernstein, come out of the woodwork and make your debut. You know, Jim Tim brings a level of motivation that is unknown to mankind. He makes you think you can run through a wall. All right. But Scott Bernstein, he is a character. Coach Bald, what has Scott Bernstein meant to you in your life lessons?
Oh man, there's so many stories with Scott, man. Just amazing dude. The biggest Eagles fan of all time. So that was actually the last time I heard from him. So who knows, man? I believe he might have been one that drove over to the Skyway and looked down at the top of the bridge a couple times. He's just that big of an Eagles fan, and the way they lost that game. You know what I mean? Just huge Eagles fan, just a huge sports fan, man. He was a guy that loved talking sports, fantasy football, he's just a football nerd,
The
But
fix is in.
the fix is
in. He taught me that.
Yeah. Well,
Fix is
speaking
in.
of the fix being in, Lakers down 0-2. Now is the time to max wager on the Lakers. You probably won't get any better odds on them right now. We don't condone gambling here at Totem Pole Nation.
No.
But
I don't gamble.
People that do, this might be your time to go all in on them. We've got a big game tonight with the Celtics and the Heat. Celtics down 1-0.
So last night, the Lakers lost. Jamal Murray had 21 points or something in the fourth quarter. Some people are saying, should the King Flopper retire? Now, I am very, very offended that anyone would call LeBron James a rookie. Yeah, everybody else, you're a rookie compared to LeBron James. It upsets me that anybody would call him the King Flopper. All right? He doesn't deserve to be called that. King Flopper? The guy's done 20 years. 20 years of pro basketball. It's impressive. That's very impressive. That's Sublime. Is that Sublime playing in the background?
I'm sorry. I got some music playing in the house. I don't even know what it is because I got these earbuds in. But we do have a cameo appearance here from, I see Joey's amazing dog. So I got to bring this one out. I don't know if you can see her. And then speaking of bringing things out,
there you go.
Let me throw this strap in here.
Man, that thing is beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful piece of
hardware.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
That is history right there. Yep. What will the 1 million sub belt look like? That junk might be diamond encrusted, but I don't think, no disrespect to our sponsor. Go to trophysmack.com. Use the promo code Totem Pole Nation. Receive 20% today on a championship belt. I mean, that thing retails for $200, 20% off. You can get one of those for $180 shipped to your door within 2 weeks. Coach, could you show that again? Coach,
I'll tell you.
Joey Farrell here saying that is sweet.
Yeah, I'll tell you what it's
Joey on the
for.
show. Joey, you need to come on the show, all right, because I know you have lost a tremendous amount of weight. Coach Bald is the picture of fitness. I'm not. All right, look at that, man. Look at that YouTube logo. Look at that thing. Look at this, man. How heavy is that thing?
You got a good 10, 12 pounds. Yeah.
10 to 12 pounds. TrophySmack.com. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just like Coach McNally says. All right. And I wish I was on Coach McNally's level.
Yeah.
But the Miami Hurricanes, they can't send me any gear because I'm a high school coach. But we can make the trip down to South Beach. Miami. Coach.
It's only about 4 hours away from here.
Somebody once told me that you spent a week in Miami one night.
That's how I used to roll, man. That's how I used to roll, man.
How did you end up down there in Miami, Coach?
Road trip. Just road trip. Just, hey, what are we doing? We got nothing going on. Let's take a road trip. Let's go to
that helped you out and got you back home. Would you like to give that person some props here on Life Lessons Podcast?
I am actually forgetting who it was.
Well, he played it. We Are Marshall. Did Doug Chapman help you get home and pay for you to get back to Richmond? Is that true or is that false?
That I don't believe so. I don't believe that happened. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have Doug Chapman.
Maybe he knows better than me. There's some fog there, Coach. There's some times that there's some blank.
We're gonna donate our brains.
Yeah, that's the thing too with what we're doing, at St. Pete Rejuvenate with the ketamine infusions. It's helping so many people that have had, PTSD, chronic pain. That's one I would love. I would love to have somebody that has, shown some signs of CTE, get them in there and see if it'll work for them, because we've been very blessed with the people that we've had come in there. A former pro wrestler. We've had people that have had super trauma. We had one person come in and they had lost 8 people that were very close to them within 1 year. So it's impossible to finish grieving over something like that when that happens. But going through the treatment, they have found new life and a new way, and it has been an amazing thing. And I love that hat that you're supporting right there and sporting, the Cyborg. We had an awesome conversation yesterday, and every time I can get in contact with him, he FaceTimed me, and it was just phenomenal. Anytime he FaceTimes me or I FaceTime him, man, we try to pick up right away. You know what I mean? And we had a great conversation just about life. You know what I mean? Just about life. And then we talked a little of what's going on in MMA. And Totem Pole Nation, if you have not seen this guy or not supporting this guy, get on him, man. This guy, A.D. Palmore, the Cyborg. You can type that in. He should pop up. He's got amazing merchandise. You see what Coach is wearing. I got all kinds of gear. I got signed gear. I got gear that says 1 of 1, and it's just amazing. Just a unbelievable individual. I mean, we're talking about a guy that has pretty much, come from hell and back and been reborn. And he's just doing so phenomenal. He's just a warrior. He's a warrior. He's one of these guys where, you take a whole football team and you lock them in a cage and you have them all battle each other. One guy's going to come out of that cage. That's who that guy is, man. And we had some studs where he played ball at. So, it's I love seeing it, because he could have easily gone the wrong way. He could easily be messaging me or calling me collect from prison or even worse places. You know what I mean? And the trauma that he's been through. is more than most people that are in prison. For him to bounce back and to find joy in something and to get in the ring and do mixed martial arts. And he's just knocking people out too. I mean, I think he's got 6 fights, 6 first round finishes. You know what I mean? He can't find anybody around him that wants to test him. So we might be driving to Texas, possibly. So there's some things in the works. But if you're watching this and you know somebody, get in contact with us. We have a heavyweight that is 6'5", 265 pounds of pure whoop ass. He is athletic. He is a freak of nature, and he is a monster. But he is my boy. I love this guy. He's like a son to me, but better because I don't have to feed him.
Man, I tell you, looks like Coach Bald froze up on us. Coach Bald's got some nice sunglasses. His future's so bright, he's got to wear shades. All right, Totem Pole Nation. We are the low man on the totem pole. You probably ranked way higher than us, but we like to be the low man because the low man always wins. And just to think about A.D. Palmer, you never know who you're talking to or what that person will become. And we recruited A.D. Palmer when he was a player at University of Central Florida. Or was it South Florida? One of those schools in Florida. He was a tight end. We tried to get him at Virginia Union University, coached by Mark James. Need to get Coach Mark James. Coach James, the original Big Game James, the original Fort Lauderdale Dillard High School Boyd Anderson coach. He is South Florida. We tried to get A.D. Palmer up there with us. And A.D. is a special individual. He is fighting all challengers. Anybody, any type of fight, he will do it. He's not backing down from anyone, anywhere. Even, rough and rowdies, Barstool. We might have somebody for your rough and rowdy. All right, and that's the Cyborg. It's yellow tape season. Cultivate Wellness, St. Pete Rejuvenate. We love you. You're the best. Messaged Herb Hand, Coach Hand, one of the best offensive line coaches in the country. Messaged him yesterday. He will be coming on Totem Pole Nation next week. He will be coming on the CFC, the Championship Football Coaches Clinic podcast. We are providing a service to coaches throughout the world to help them learn about the game of football and coaching and to help improve their lives, get them to the next level and build champions for life. That is the mission of this channel, Totem Pole Nation, and the Championship Football Coaches Clinic and the Life Lesson Podcast. We're all on the same page in this. We want to change lives. Totem Pole Nation, we want to change lives. We want to help get you to the next level. We want to build champions for life. That's what our goal is. That's what we're trying to accomplish. This is Coach Bald's Life Lesson Podcast. He came up with that name. Coach, how did you come up with that name for this podcast?
It just made sense to me, man. It just made sense to me. I think those that, go through the most darkness, when they get right, they can shine the most light. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to shine the light on some things that some people have a difficult time talking about. So maybe just hearing some people, it can be kind of therapeutic for them and whatnot. And I love that motto that you have there for the program. That's a great motto for life. And, I think it's important for people to even, jot down 3 things like that and look at it before bed every night, because what it does is you're going to sleep with some hope. And there's no better feeling, than going to sleep and having some good thoughts go through your mind. it has such a positive effect, and vice versa. You got bad thoughts going on in your mind. You might have some nightmares, some bad things going on in there. You just wake up in a bad mood. So that's the whole philosophy of the life lessons, Coach. But yeah, man, I appreciate this, and Totem Pole Nation, man, we love you guys, and just you don't have to look far for motivation, man. There's so many awesome things out there, from Coach McNally, doing his pull-ups to Sarah Blake Cheek posting up workouts of her just getting after it, man. I'm super excited. We're gonna have her she's coming into the clinic, so we'll
Is
see
she
her
coming back
progress and
on?
everything.
Is she coming
I
back
I
on?
don't know. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get in the clinic and be able to see her and talk to her and everything. And I also want to purchase some of her amazing moonshine too. I am off the wagon right now. I've taken a break from my alcohol, and I'm feeling phenomenal. I'm feeling great, and I just need to take care of some things before I delve back into that. But yeah, when I do, it's going to be celebrating with some of her amazing moonshine. So I need to contact her and see if she can't bring some to the clinic. But yeah, hopefully I can get some pictures or some photos or something like that, and we can collabo and see about when we can get her on. Being a rock star, you have a strict schedule, just like Jim Tim. So we're
Yes.
excited for every minute that we can get with those people.
Yeah. Let's talk about Squared Circle Nation.
No, it's
Talk
this.
a little bit about those guys and their support and what they're doing, Coach Bald.
Right, the Squared Circle Maniacs, aka the Stone Cold Mafia. Just from what I could tell on the outside, man, these guys are, hardcore wrestling fans from the old school, and I love that old school mentality because you're not getting it anywhere. You can go to a doctor and tell him your problems, and because he don't want to hurt your feelings, he's gonna probably prescribe you something that's tearing your insides out, and you don't know it. Instead of telling you, hey, you need to do more cardio, you need to stop eating bread, you need to stop eating this, or you're eating way
Yeah.
too much
No.
red meat. Instead of giving you the hard advice, people are sugarcoating everything. These guys don't seem very sugarcoated, if you know what I mean. These guys are true fans, and I think they just hate seeing what's going on today with these guys using 25 finishers to finish a match. If your finisher, if it takes you 25 times, maybe you need a new finisher. A finisher should be one and done. You know what I mean? It should be over with. When that move is hit, you cancel Christmas. It's over.
And you're talking specifically about who? What tag
Uh,
team?
well, I don't know if there's a certain tag team, but there are some guys
The
that have
Young
kind of
Buck.
been targeted. Yeah, that
The
have kind
Young
of been
Buck.
targeted. Right, right. Yep. There are some guys that have kind of been targeted. And, that's the thing. When we were growing up, like our guys looked like freaking superheroes. You know what I mean? You see the Steiner brothers, or you see the Road Warriors, you see Doom, you see those guys at a bar. You're probably not going to mess with those guys. You're probably going to want to avoid those guys if you're not feeling, if you want to pick a fight, you're probably going to pass right by those guys. I know that they don't like guys that, look like, barbacks. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys today, they have this role, but they're not putting in the work. They're not putting in that time in the gym, to be the best that they can be, to be more believable. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, those guys are awesome. They got our backs and everything, and they do, man. They post a lot of good old school stuff. You know what I mean? And legends never die, man. Madness says it all the time. Legends never die. And I think it's up to us to keep that mantra going and let the youth know that these guys paved the way. They paved the way for what's going on now. And yeah, man, we need to get back to those old school ways.
Yeah, I was thinking
Old
about
school is cool.
Coach McNally today. I saw come over here and show that shirt off, Coach. I saw a coach post that he'd be talking about the trap play against Cover Zero on his Patreon, where you can pay, or this other coach is you need to move a little bit closer because you make me look way too big when you're way back there. This guy right here, he is the picture of fitness. He works out 4 times a day. All right. Now, Jim Tim, wants different information about fan club presidents and members of the fan club. Okay, that is anonymous. All right, you if you're in the fan club, your name is not disclosed. Coach Bald. But Coach McNally, he has not sold his system. He's giving it out for free. And that's why he's a legend.
Yeah.
That's why. He doesn't have a Patreon. Now, Coach LL, Coach Neil.
What's up?
Turkey hunting season. It's over with, correct?
Yeah, it's over.
How did you do?
2 out of 3. I mean, that first year I hadn't tagged out in a while, but it was still a good season. They don't always have perfect ones.
Now, this guy right here not only is a football coach, he's also a fishing coach. You can see that jersey right there and those different sponsorships. They have a state champion fishing program. Coach Bald. Can you believe that? That a high school has a fishing team.
I love it. And the logo, the logo of the American flag on the side. Holy cow, man. That is just freaking phenomenal, man. Kudos to you, Coach. You are a well-rounded individual. I feel like I'm looking at a younger me over here. Holy cow. Holy cow. This is great.
Yeah.
Have you ever been told, click, click?
Watch
Boom.
your head.
What? What was it?
Click, click.
Watch your head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Several times.
It may be destiny that has summoned us. Okay. It might be divine intervention that we have been brought together. Coach LL, Coach Neil. How did we meet?
Coach Taylor and I met, what was it, 2015 maybe to 16? I was JV baseball coach at Thomasdale, and you were umpiring the game.
I was umpiring Thomasdale's game. And you know what? They did not win that game.
We played Mills Godwin, didn't we? Didn't we get crushed?
I don't know. I'm joking.
We talked about that we did the baseball game.
But back in the day, Coach Neil, what did you attend?
The Meadowbrook football camp, and Troy was putting it on when I was a kid.
Man, ain't that something?
Wow.
Me and this guy right here have spent a lot of hours together. And I want to talk about one of our former students who I just saw recently. And I love this kid. He kind of looks like a mix between Urkel and the dude from What's Happening, Raj. All right. His name is Burnout. Burnout got to meet the coaches from Emory Henry. He's from Hopewell. Coach, how did our buddy, our former student, get the name Burnout?
Oh, he kept talking about like how he wanted to go to the racetrack and like he wanted to race cars or drag cars. And I can remember, Coach Bland was like, the only thing you're burning is them lips, dude. You talk so much.
Yeah, the guy likes drag racing. My neighbor across the street is on the fishing team and absolutely loves it. Coach Farrell, Joey, my friend. Do you still live in the same neighborhood? That's a Meadowbrook neighborhood that you live in, isn't it? Over there near St. Augustine's church. But, yeah, if they go to Bird and they're on the fishing team, that's awesome. Now, Coach Bald, what does the weekend look like in St. Petersburg? Look at that background. Look at that, Coach.
I know. I was looking at his TikTok feed this morning, the dolphin swimming.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Absolutely. That was this morning. They usually don't come out in the morning. So I thought that was pretty cool. Good way to start your Friday. But, yeah, man, I'm blessed today, man. I got my daughter and granddaughter, Miss Sophia, they're going to be coming over, spending the night with us, and just looking forward to hanging out with her. The baby Aria won't be there, so we're going to spend as much time with Sophia, do something fun, take them out to eat, have a good time. And then tomorrow, man, it's jam packed. Tomorrow is our kind of our open house that we do. We do it once a month there at St. Pete Rejuvenate. So I believe we have over a dozen clients coming in for that. There's going to be ketamine infusions. There's going to be facials. There's going to be Botox, Brotox, man, the whole nine. There's going to be Ozempic shots. It's going to be a busy day for us. So definitely looking forward to that. So that's kind of what's going on for the weekend. I had a buddy hit me up wanting me to go to a baseball card show. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. But I definitely got to hit some of those up here recently. I don't even know.
He's locking up.
I guess what happens when you got Cricket Wireless.
Yeah, you're locking up, Coach Bald, and that's a shame because Coach Neal, our viewership dramatically decreases when Coach Bald is not live. When he has his shirt off, the viewers go through the roof.
I mean, I don't know. I'd like to know about Jim Tim's #1 fan. That probably sent ratings through the roof.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Jim Tim wanted to write a personal note to the president of his fan club, the #1 fan of Jim Tim, wanted to write her a handwritten letter. Now, yeah. So, Totem Pole Nation, we love you. You're the best. We are the low man on the totem pole. Cultivate Wellness, you've been with us from day one. Have we got any more coffee over there, Coach? Yeah, I'm ready for some whenever you want to bring me some, Coach. You've been with us since day one, Cultivate Wellness. You were with us when I think we had less than 1,000 subscribers before we became international stars in countries such as South Korea, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Pakistan. People watch our channel to learn to speak English. And if you're learning how to speak English from me, you're going to have a hard time because half the time people can't even understand me. I had to go to speech classes. I had to go to special reading classes when I was younger, but I made it. What's that saying? We were on the bottom and we're still there. All right. Yeah. I don't know the rest of it. It's a Drake song. Drake, hit me up. I got a guy that can teach you a thing or two about being a ladies' man. And that's LL, Coach Neal. Yeah, he's kind of like Burt Reynolds and Smokey and the Bandit. I'm kind of like Dom DeLuise, Captain Chaos. So Cultivate Wellness, we love you. You always help us out. You sponsor us, support us. St. Pete Rejuvenate, you're the best thing going today. So we love y'all, Totem Pole. Get at us, hit us up, like, comment, subscribe, share, send us messages. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Stay tuned, Totem Pole. Stick with us. All right, we're the low man on the totem pole, and we love you.